I'm Joey D with UTVUnderground.com, and we're here in Las Vegas, Nevada for the 2016 Polaris RZR Mint 400 presented by BFGoodrich Tires. Mint Week kicks off with the four-wheel parts vehicle parade. From there, it goes to unlimited qualifying, which then leads into the Miss Mint competition and the Method Race Wheels Pit Crew Challenge.
I want to say thank you to the entire...
Going down behind me is the biggest tech and contingency in off-road racing. Over 350 teams will parade their vehicles through the industry's biggest companies and thousands of fans to get ready for Saturday's Mint 400 race. Now, we're gonna go catch up with some of these racers and see how they're getting ready for Saturday's race.
It's definitely one of the biggest events I've been to, and it's so cool seeing all the fans and all the cars roll down Fremont Street.
My favorite part about the Mint 400 is the atmosphere. I mean, when else do you get to bring an off-road crowd like this to downtown Las Vegas, and the vibe and the energy and everything is just so awesome, and it's by far the biggest race of the year.
Start of the 2016 Polaris RZR Mint 400 presented by BFGoodrich Tires. 79 UTVs make up the field at this year's Mint, making it the biggest class in the race. It's a rough course, it's the biggest stage in off-road, and it's all going down right now.
Lap 1 was some of the fastest racing ever held at the Mint, but as the course began to deteriorate, laps 2 and 3 began to eat racers up. While over half the field began to suffer some sort of mechanical or tire issue, the leaders up front continued on their blistering pace, determined to fight for their share of Mint 400 glory. Branden Sims ran his RZR XP Turbo like a man possessed. He ran a pace never before seen in a UTV at the Mint 400.
Same type of lap.
Once in the lead, he pushed, never once letting up. Anything short of a win would be a disappointment. Ryan Laidlaw and his brand new Polaris RZR XP Turbo opened everyone's eyes at the UTV World Championship, where he would win the Pro Turbo Class. With a top starting position at the Mint, Laidlaw had no excuses. He blasted through the desert on a mission to let the field know he and his team were for real. The 1918 Cognito RZR XP 1000 was once again threatening for an overall victory. Lambert was on a mission for his third race win of the season. His naturally aspirated RZR has proven that you don't need a turbo to run at the top of the pack. But if he was to overall the Mint 400, he would have to run down Sims. The final lap of the Mint 400 is like the 12th round in a heavyweight title fight. Racers and their machines who choose to fight for the win lay it all on the line, while those just hoping to finish begin to settle into a pace they know they can survive. Strategy begins to play an even larger role this late into the race. For Branden Sims, he would change his strategy to help keep him out front of the hard-charging Justin Lambert. With only miles to go, Sims would find Lambert on his tail and in his rearview mirror pushing Sims as he challenged for his position. But once Sims crossed the finish line, he realized Lambert was no longer behind him. Sims ran out on course and with his co-driver jumped behind the wounded number 1918 Cognito RZR and helped push his competitor to the finish. Congratulations to Branden Sims for finishing first overall in the UTV class at this year's Mint 400. Finishing second behind Sims was Wayne Matlock in the Terabit Racing Polaris RZR, and rounding out the Pro Turbo podium was Ryan Laidlaw in his Polaris RZR. Justin Lambert would take the win in the Pro 1000 class and finish third overall. Behind him was Kristen Matlock in the number 1954 Terabit Racing Razor, and rounding out the podium was Benjamin Bischoff in his Holes Racing built number 1923 Polaris Razor. Congratulations to Polaris Razor for sweeping both podiums.